What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another lab session. And we here with it, man. Got a few things in my phone right now. Let's just see where it goes, right? I'm also doing a reaction to a video while we here, man. I got this one video I seen in regards to Dave Ramsey, if y'all know who that is. And we'll get into that when the time comes. But yeah, we got a few things. We could really start off with this Folio case, man. It was recently a video uploaded, and they were saying how the people in that case were found guilty. Now, I didn't know this till I was told this, with my understanding that they were found guilty, but they have not been sentenced yet. So they'll either get life or the death penalty, and that'll be sometime soon, from my understanding how that works. So that's crazy, man. It's crazy. And in the court, man, you seen them boo-hoo cry, and one of the kids, I think he was. Like, he came up in a good life, man. He was like a suburban kid, they say. He had good family, you know what I'm saying? Had good grades in school, all that stuff. And I'm like, damn. I feel bad, man. And a lot of people were like, oh, they didn't realize they were going to get life. A lot of people, they didn't realize they were going to be guilty or something like that because all the evidence they had. But it's a different feeling when that judge hit that, pew, when the judge say, pew, guilty. When you hear it and it's like it feel real now. Sometimes it don't feel real. That's like when somebody pass. When somebody pass, it's like it don't hit you till it hits you. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how I felt about that, man. I just thought it was crazy, man. I don't like seeing it happen to nobody, but a life for a life is equivalent exchange, y'all. That's how it go. You can't go out here killing people. You can't go out here just shooting shit up for no reason. It wasn't even no self-defense. You feel what I'm saying? That's a whole nother ball game. But you're just out here harming and harassing people, bro. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, bro. Nobody wins at the end of the day. Nobody wins. So I just hate seeing folks get that because a lot of people don't know what that's like, what they're getting into. Or you're making these decisions, not realizing where it's gonna take you. And that's like, hey, bro, your ass can be gone forever. Bro, I worked in a prison. And there'll be times, like, I'll be home and I look at the time, right? Right now, they just got done doing master roster. Right now, they just got done doing master roster. So I look at the time, it's like, bro, you're doing the same thing every single day. Like, bro, that's not the life you want to live, bro. You're eating the same foods almost every other day. There's not much going on in there, bro. You don't get to talk to your family. You don't get to just go where you want when you want. You know what I mean? People, bro, you're in prison, bro. You look forward to Tuesdays. You know what Tuesday is? Chicken night, bro. You in that bed waiting for Tuesday to hit for chicken night. It's not even on a Friday, bro. They did that bit on a Tuesday. they got a chicken night on a Tuesday, not a Friday, bro. You feel me? That's what you look forward to in there. You know what I mean? You ain't got nothing going on, bro. You can't just call people when you want to call people. They got phones on the wall. You got to get in line when you can. And you better hope these phones aren't, what's the word, reserved. Let's just say that. Let's just say you better hope these phones ain't reserved, you know what I mean? Because you're not finna get that phone anytime soon. So, man, bro. That's how that go, bro. You don't want to get hit with that life. You don't want to get in jail or prison time, period, bro. You know what I mean? There's no need for it, bro. There's no need for it. There should be no desire. Unless you protecting your family or stand on some business you gotta stand on, bro. Defending yourself, bro. Why even indulge in those things, you know? And if you really moving and operating the right way, you don't even gotta worry about that kind of stuff, bro. That what I was talking about when it comes to fighting too. When you know how to fight, bro, you're not just gonna go out fighting people. You're not gonna go beating people up. You know what I mean? Because you know you can handle yourself. It's like you have more emotional control, you know? This is why Coach Marco said everybody need to get their ass beat. Because once you get your ass beat and you have the chance to fight back and you learn how to fight back and you redeem yourself and you go back and you do your little thing, bro, you know what I mean? It's like you have a little humbleness to you, you know what I'm saying? You know you can hurt somebody. You know you can defend yourself. So you walk around with emotional control. When somebody get to barking and doing this and that to you, it's just like, bro, I'll do it to you, bro. I'll really do it to you, bro. But I ain't gonna do it to you. But I would, though. You feel me? It's just like that sometimes, bro. So, yeah, that path ain't the path you want to go down, bro. Man, bro, I think man, you should really go work at a prison for 6 months to a year, bro. Any prison, cause you gonna kind of see it all. Now there's levels to different prisons. You got some prisons that are kind of soft. You got some prisons that ramp it up a little bit where it's active, if you know what I'm talking about. So, but any prison though is gonna still be prison. It's gonna change your perspective. You're gonna see some things and hear some stories, see some stories. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody should do that for 6 months to a year. But yeah, that ain't no game, bro. That ain't no game. Life in prison, all of them, bro. And then mind you, on top of that, they all got life in prison, right? They all got found guilty. Well, I don't know their sentences, but they all found guilty, right? They're probably gonna get life. So with that being said, they're all not probably gonna be at the same facility, right? And then you go to prison, right? And then you could have went in there, bro. You was kind of tough on the streets. You thought you was gangsta on the streets, but you go in there, bro, and you really gotta earn those stripes. You really gotta redeem yourself, bro. You really gotta earn your respect in there. You know what I mean? Can you handle that? Can you do it? Can you go in there and take care of yourself, bro? You know what I mean? Cause prison, bro, it's like back to the basics, bro. Your ass ain't got no gun in there, bro. You ain't got a bunch of people with you everywhere you go now. You know what I'm saying? You better make some friends. You know what I mean? But at first, bro, you don't know nobody in there. Now you gotta go ahead and try to meet some people, bro. You gotta learn the rules. You gotta learn how to move and operate. Especially at every facility. Every facility is different, bro. You might go to one spot and you could do some things here that you would not be able to do over here on this side. You feel me? So you gotta know how to maneuver and shit like that. But man, bro, you shouldn't have to worry about that kind of stuff, bro. Folks really gotta worry about this kind of shit, bro. There's somebody right now, bro. There's somebody right now at this time thinking like, damn, I can't go to sleep now. These boys finna get me if I go to sleep. So they staying up. They went to sleep with their shoes on. They went to sleep with their shoes on, just in case. Or they up all night, just chilling, back against the wall. You know what I mean? Just in case something pop off. You feel me? In a room with 70 plus grown men with different personalities, different problems, different things going on. You know, one person might just lose their mind one day and just get to doing stuff, bro. I seen it happen before, bro. Folks in there lose their mind. He lost his mind, man. Got a broom and started swinging that thing around, bro. You feel me? And anybody could got it. You feel me? So that ain't the life you want, bro. That ain't the life you want, man. There's no reward to that, bro. There's no trophy to it. You know, some people make it seem cool. I feel like things are changing. You know, that was kind of glorified at one point, but I feel like things are coming to a turning point, especially with all these cases and stuff like this going on. All these rappers, all these I don't say celebrities, but these people getting these sentences like that, and people really seeing like, oh, this is real, bro. It be real. I never understood that too. Why did things change from getting money and getting women, you know what I mean, to guns and killing each other and beef and stuff like that, bro? Like, it's so much better things in life, bro. Like, money will make your life so much better, bro. If you put all that time and energy and all that anger you got into doing something productive, bro, your life will be great. If you got all these problems and anger and stuff built up inside of you, bro, go ahead and go to the boxing gym, bro. Go ahead and play football. Go ahead and play a sport and put that same energy into there, bro. Put that pain on the field. Put that pain in the ring. You know what I mean? And build something, bro. Have some kind of goals or ambitions. Have something to achieve, bro. Even if it's small. Even if it's small, still give you some sense of fulfillment. You know, I don't understand why things went from getting money, turning up, parties, you know what I'm saying, to that. I was having a conversation with some of my people at work, man. They a little bit older than me and stuff like that, and they was saying in their generation, bro, like house parties was a big thing. You feel me? Like nowadays, folks they ain't even having house parties like that, cause folks get to shooting shit up, man. Folks got these guns and they out there doing this, doing that, or they there, and now you know someone else there, and people pull up and ruin all the fun. You know what I mean? Even I mean, you look online, bro, all the stuff going on downtown, city to city, downtown Orlando, downtown Tampa at times, bro. Shit be hanging out, folks be chilling, and then folks come through, and it's just like, damn, bro, why? Why? Just have some money in your pocket, man. Go out there, pop some shit, man. Have some fun, bro. You feel me? Life ain't gotta be like that, bro. We got one life. Why ruin it? Why not just have fun and turn up and fuck off and go see some things, go do some things. You know what I mean? That's how I be feeling. But I be having fun though. I be having fun. I live my life. I have a great life. You feel me? And it's only getting better. So I just wish everybody else was the same way, was on the same type of time. You know, because I hate seeing people go down that path, especially that I've seen that path and I know what that's like. You know what I mean? And speaking of fulfillment, also before I even get to fulfillment, y'all, I just remembered I started talking a little fast right there. I'm going to slow it down. I'm gonna slow it down because a lot of times I be talking too fast and people hit me with these. They look at me like this. They hit me with that. And I know in my mind now that I be like, oh yeah, this person did not know what I just said. They did not understand me at all. So I gotta learn how to slow it down, y'all. Slow it down, really pronounce every word or enunciate all the words that I'm saying properly so everybody can understand me. I'm working on speaking universally so everybody understands what I'm saying. But sometimes I get in certain environments or I get excited and I just get to going and flowing, you feel me? But we're working on that. I think that's my biggest flaw right now, is my speech. That's my biggest flaw. That's if once I get that mastered, once I hone in on that and do that, new level, you know what I'm saying? And if I can learn Spanish, another new level. But that's another conversation, right? But back to fulfillment, right? I was saying living a fulfilled life. You know, another thing with these jobs, when you're a first responder, you get a sense of fulfillment with this job. Even me growing up, you know, I'm not saying it was like I had a bad relationship with the police or anything, but you know, you in certain environments you were taught you don't deal with the police. You know what I mean? That's with an adolescent's mindset though. But once you work this job, you realize like, bro, this shit kind of fun, bro. The things you see and do, bro, it's like it's really fun. Or like sometimes you have these stories or you experience some crazy things and you have some kind of camaraderie with some people, bro. You know, like it's pretty cool. A lot of people had got that camaraderie, I think, when they was playing sports. I didn't play sports growing up, but I'd assume it was the same concept. But then you leave those sports and you go into your adult life, and you don't have that same uh, friendship or camaraderie that you had. But in these jobs, you get that because you're working really close to some people doing some serious stuff, you know, and you build a relationship really fast with people, you know. It's certain people you get around, bro. You'll be with somebody, whether it's a friendship, relationship, or whatever it might be, you'll be with somebody for 3 years, right? And you won't go through nothing with this person for 3 years, right? But you'll meet somebody and in 3 months, you'll go through more with that person and build a closer bond with that person than you did with somebody in 3 years. That's crazy, right? But that's just life. That's how I go. You know, if you with somebody and everything's all good, of course it's gonna be cool. When you with somebody through the bad, bro, it really makes you locked in, bro. When somebody could be with you through the ugly stuff, it makes the good stuff 10 times better, you know? It makes you appreciate things more. So that's how it is in these jobs, man. You get a fulfillment. You feel like you're actually doing something, you know? In my field, in law enforcement and in corrections, you know, our job is care, custody, and control, you know what I'm saying? We tend to forget about the care part a lot because it's hard to care sometimes when you're dealing with the craziness. But a lot of times you do get to care for some of these people and you can actually help them on their journey in life. You're able to teach them things that other people didn't teach them. You're able to show them things that other people didn't show them. You're able to guide them in ways that they lacked before, you know what I mean? So that's, like I said, a fulfilling part of the job at times, man. And I feel like a lot of people lack that fulfillment in their life. They lack that excitement in their life with what they're doing. A lot of people go to work, they're not really happy. They don't have that. They feel like they're not really doing nothing uh, to, I guess, help, or they feel like they're not doing nothing that gives them that, like I said, that feeling like you're actually here for a purpose. You know what I mean? So that's another reason why I'd recommend trying this job out. Because at the end of the day, you can always quit. Like just try it, bro. Try everything in life. And then you could always quit. I used to get shit all the time, man. Me and my mom would butt heads a lot, and all my friends and stuff would tell me, bro, I would work a job, and in 3 months I'll quit it. I'll work a job, and in 3 months I'll quit it. I'll work another job, and in 2 weeks I'll quit the job, right? But I have another job again. You feel me? I have something else lined up, right? Like I ain't never been without a job. I'll quit a job today, have a new job tomorrow. You feel me? But I was trying anything and everything, trying to get these skills under my belt, trying to get these different things that I can learn from, and it got me to where I'm at now. Who knows how it would have went if I didn't do the things that I did in my past? Who knows where I'd be right now? You know what I mean? But don't be scared, bro. Go ahead and try something new. It's cool. You know, it don't matter what other people think, because people are gonna try to dictate your life for you, but they're not living your life. They don't know where you're going. They don't know where you're trying to go. They don't feel what you feel. That's why you got to get around people that feel the way you feel, understand where you come from, are headed where you're headed, or have already been where you're trying to go. You go ahead and get one of these jobs as a firefighter, paramedic, nurse, CO, police officer, you know, and quit. Oh well, whoop de doo. You tried it. At least you can say you tried. You feel me? That's how I like to live. That's how I try to live. You know, and it was cool. Like I said, you get that camaraderie because you go through the academy with some of these people, whether it be firefighter school, paramedic school, uh, what is it, like an academy for the corrections, academy for police academy and stuff like that. And you go through all these horrible things with these people around you, and you build strong relationships with these people because of that. I think that's a good part of the job, which is another reason why I always recommend and tell people, man, go ahead and get these jobs, bro. Try it out, man. You might love it. And there's so many different things you could do and see. And then, like, say you start at level 1 on the bottom, you might go into different departments. So in corrections, you might start as a CO, and then you might work your way up and be like a captain one day if that's what you want to do. And then from captain, or even if you don't go to captain, you start as a CO and work your way up, you might go into like investigations. You know what I'm saying? And now you're an investigator, stuff like that. So that's always something you could look into, bro, and look forward to in these jobs. And as police officers, they have a little more access to different things. But like, you could be a police officer, but you could also do like SWAT. You could join these other teams. You could join these K9 teams and stuff like that, and help out with stuff in that way. So there's so many different avenues, different things you could try and get on your belt, different certifications. Certifications are the way to go. I promise you, bro. You don't, if you're like me and you can't do school, or school is like hard for you, or you just don't, I have a hard time doing anything when it comes to school. I have no problem learning. I just have a hard time doing school that I don't think I need, or I don't find it beneficial to me. You feel what I'm saying? I'd rather just pay for what I'm trying to learn. But with certifications, bro, you'll go through 3 months to 6 months of a course to learn whatever you're trying to learn, and then you have the certification on your belt to do whatever you're gonna do. You know what I mean? Or like these little licenses. Like you could get a Class D security license, right? When you go to the Corrections Academy, you kind of already have that certification. But if you didn't have that, you get a Class D license and do security now. And that license takes what, like an hour, a few hours to get. Then you could do a Class G license, which allows you to carry a firearm. You know, that's a little bit longer of a course. That's a few weeks because you have to test for shooting and things like that. But another thing, that's a couple $100, and you got that certification. And now you could go ahead and work a job doing security. You know what I mean? So another thing, you have a certification through these jobs. When you're a law enforcement, you could work security at events. I think they call them details. I also heard them called EJs, like easy jobs, and they allow you to do overtime where you essentially get paid like $100 an hour at certain events. Or imagine going to work at a concert, you know what I'm saying, being security over there, being security at Rolling Loud, something like that, you know what I mean? And you're meeting these artists and things like that. There's so many different cool stuff, bro. Like I said, get that fulfillment. We can jump to the next topic. Next topic is we're gonna do a reaction. I'm gonna play the video right here, but I'll put it somewhere on the screen for you guys to see and hear it too. Right? It's a video of Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey is like a financial advisor, I guess you could say, but he's like an influencer at the same time. I don't know the exact term for Dave Ramsey, but y'all can look him up, right? And I seen a clip of him the other day, and it was him saying to this nurse, right, to telling her to leave her boyfriend because he refused to propose until she pays off 90K in debt, right? So I read that, and, I said, let me listen to this thing, and we're gonna watch it together, right, and then react to it, of course. But I'm saying this to say this is why you gotta watch who you listen to and get advice from, because you'll put all your time and energy into one person's advice and make it like it's solid gold, and turns out they're wrong, or turns out they lack expertise in this field. They're just speaking from emotion. They're speaking from a bitter place. They're speaking from a place of resentment. You know what I'm saying? So they're really giving you the wrong advice, or whatever it might be. Instead of being open-minded and giving you general advice, they're giving you like personal advice, if that makes sense. So it's with anything. Like I said, that's why you never have one coach. You never have one mentor. You feel me? You need different coaches, different mentors, different people for different parts of your life. Like when I was 21, I had a different coach and different mentor. And now I've grown past that and I'm on to a different coach, different mentor. It's the same thing all the time. So like, don't just get all your information from one source. You have to get information from multiple sources, different walks of life to build yourself. And you take a little bit from everybody and you build yourself up brick by brick. So that's one issue I have with a lot of older people, because I know a lot of older people that they think because they have age, they have knowledge, but they lack experience. They lack expertise. You feel me? And that's anybody of all walks of life, all ages. That's why you got to really watch who you listen to. And you can listen to be respectful, but I'm talking about really listen where it's like you take it to heart. You know what I mean? Because you'll hear something from one person and then you don't, because you're not aware enough to realize they're telling you this from a place of bitterness. You know what I mean? Because they went through something bad. Now they give you a bad review on something. I'll talk about North Carolina. I had got a ticket on North Carolina, right? And I was like, man, bump North Carolina, bro. I ain't rocking with them. Boom, boom, bomb, bomb. But I was just speaking because I got a ticket out there. I was upset, you know what I mean? But in the grand scheme of things, North Carolina is a beautiful state. It's nice as hell out there. You know what I mean? Nice little mountains and all type of country stuff out there. You feel me? So, perfect example like that. I would be like, man, bump North Carolina. But really, it's a nice place. But because I had that built in my heart, I was saying that. And someone else might hear that and be like, damn, I've heard a lot of bad things about North Carolina, when really, there's nothing bad about North Carolina. That was my experience. So, just to make it make
My
sense.
boyfriend makes
So let's go ahead and watch this, y'all.
$250,000 a year, but he does not want to propose until I'm completely debt free.
Interesting.
You're not gonna like me. If you were my daughter, you want to know what I would tell you?
What?
Dump him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great
No,
guy.
he's not. No, he's not.
Okay, let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. All right. I don't know this dude's background. I don't know who this other lady is neither, right? Shout out to the woman, though, at least saying like he's a good dude, correcting the situation, correcting him to an extent, right? But because she got $90,000 in debt, he gonna say dump this man, right? And it's gonna be people who listen to this and hear this and be like, if my boyfriend or man don't want to take me and I got all this debt, I got all these problems, I'm gonna just leave him. Matter of fact, you're doing me a favor, buddy. You do that, you're really doing people a favor. Because you letting these women know, okay, if I come with all these problems, I'm gonna just leave this man, which is good, because you're saving somebody's life at the end of the day, in the grand scheme of things. Because what the hell do I look like getting with this person that has all these problems, and now their problems gotta be my problems? I ain't had no problems before you came here. I was living good. I was hanging out, you feel me? So why would I take that upon myself to take in all your problems? You know what I mean? Now it's different if I get with somebody who have no problems and we got like our own problems together, you know what I'm saying? We trying to achieve and grind and do some, and we gotta climb this mountain together, you know what I mean? But when you put yourself in a bad position, when you put yourself in front of bad things, or you get around the wrong people and now you doing messed up things, why do I have to fix that? You think I'm a motherfucking hero? Do I got a cape behind me? Am I wearing a cape? Please tell me, am I wearing a cape? No. So fuck I look like trying to save somebody else. You know what I mean? When you came and saved yourself. How that makes sense, you know? Because you made bad decisions in your past, I'm supposed to come here and save you and fix
No,
your
he's not.
problems.
He's
Three-
he's
he's not.
making
And
you
set
prove your
myself
worth.
back? No.
Based on money
Yeah.
Let's
to
continue.
him. You're having to
I mean,
buy your way into this relationship.
He's making you prove your worth. Where have you ever been in life where you don't have to prove your worth? Where have you ever been where you didn't have to show competence? Where have you ever been that you didn't have to show character? Where have you ever been that you didn't have to prove yourself to somebody? You know what I'm saying? It's a different thing if you're proving yourself for the wrong reasons now. You know what I mean? Same way, if you want to go deal with somebody or you want to hang around the right groups, you want to get in certain doors or hang around certain folks, you got to be competent to some extent. You got to be capable to some extent. You got to be willing to work to some extent. You feel me? You got to be ambitious to some extent. Your job will fire you if you can't keep up the workload, right? You have to prove that you can maintain the workload. That's why there's probationary time in jobs. That's why you go through training, right? Now, we're not talking about a job right now, right? But essentially, a relationship is a job, however you want to put it, because you got to put time, effort, and energy into a relationship to make it grow, to maintain it, period. You feel me? So you're going to have to prove yourself one way or another. Now, how you go out prove yourself is different, you know what I mean? It's not about what you do, it's how you do it at the end of the day. It's not about what you do, it's how you do it. You feel me? We
You're
do
a
the same
princess and
thing,
you deserve
but we
more
don't
than
do it the
this.
same. You feel me? So you gotta go
The
about it
reason
the
I've
right
been
way.
able to
Let's go.
put like majority of my paycheck towards my loans is because he does pay for all our rent.
Oh,
all
so
our
you live
bills.
together.
Yeah, we live together.
Oh, so you're already married, but you just didn't admit it.
So this man, bro, this shit is like goofy to me, bro. And this is why I don't get, bro. This is why I can't listen to old folks for some reason. Like I have a hard time listening to people older than me, bro. Especially if you not like, if I like, I have a hard time doing it, bro. Cause if I don't respect you, I look at you and you don't, it just don't speak to me, bro. And I can't respect you, bro. It's like it make it hard for me to listen to you, bro. You feel me? Cause it's something like this. The woman even just said on this platform that this man pays all my rent. It's making it easier for me to pay this debt because he pays off the rent. And instead of talking about that, he went to focus on that they live together. That they live together and they're married without being married. Like, bro, what are you talking about? What does that even what does that do with anything here? She literally just said that her man pays all the rent, bro. However much that rent is, we don't know, right? But it's taking a load off of this woman to live a free life. Where do you go that you live for free? Please tell me, unless you're at a fucking homeless shelter, please tell me where you can go to live for free. And actually, matter of fact, I think some of these shelters, they gotta pay some, or not only to pay some, but they have to do something there. I went to a shelter recently, bro, and they had to do chores to stay there. You know what I mean? Everybody had a job they had to partake in, right? So please tell me one place you can go and live for free. I can't think of one at all. Right? So this man gave her an opportunity, he's creating an opportunity for her, and also is helping her pay down his debt, right? Because essentially when you with somebody, bro, their problems are your problems. If you really with somebody, you feel me? So why would I pick up those kind of problems though? You know what I mean? Like I said, instead of focusing on the fact that she said he does pay all the rent, so it makes it easier on me, to pay
Yeah,
this
it does
down.
feel like we're
He gonna say,
married.
oh,
Well,
so
that-
you're living with him.
Gosh,
Yeah. So what's his incentive to get married? None. The number one cause of divorce in North America today is money fights and money problems. And guess what this is? This is a money fight.
Yeah.
You're just not having it out loud. You're having it in your head.
The number one cause of problems in relationships is money. So why not let's make sure our money is right so we don't have these fucking problems? How about that? How about that? How about tell her, how did you even get this debt? How did you even get $90,000 in debt? Because they didn't say that in this video. Where did this $90,000 debt come from? Was it on a car? Was it on school for a degree that you don't even use? Was it on, I don't even know. It could have been anything. Almost anything. I don't know. People get loans for all type of crazy things, right? Those are probably the most common things I'd say. It's a car or something like that, right? But $90,000 in debt. Where did that come from? Because then based on that, that conversation is going to kind of tell me where you're at, where your mindset is at. How did we even get here, right? This shit crazy, man. You can't make this up, bro. What he said then? Let me run that shit back real quick.
Money problems. And guess what?
Oh, money problems, right? So if my money's good and your money's good, we wouldn't have these problems. If you knew how to manage money and I'm good at managing money, we wouldn't have these problems. And we could live a great life. It wouldn't be a conversation, right? Wouldn't even be an issue, you know? But he didn't shine no light on the fact that this man pays the rent for this woman, bro. Pays the rent where they stay at, you know what I'm saying? Pays for everything. I don't know one place, like I said, that you're going to go and live rent free.
This is a money fight.
Yeah.
You're just not having it out loud. You're having it in your head.
Another great point, Ramsey. Another great point. Thank you for pointing that out, man. You're having a money fight in your head. You're not having it out loud, right? So it seems like this is the issue you have battling inside yourself, you know what I'm saying? Versus talking to your man and maybe bring this to his attention, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm lacking context in certain areas. I can only assume, right? So let me not assume too much. But based off of the information we do have is she's having this problem in her head, right? And she obviously feels the type of way about it to bring it up to this to Ramsey, right? So I don't understand why, like I said, it would be a man's job to pick up the mistakes that you made prior to me. You know what I mean? I just don't see it. So I think that was kind of crazy to even say, period, about this whole situation. Hopefully her and her man get this figured out and it doesn't become a issue for them in the future. You know, I wish them nothing but the best on their journey. But that's how I'm feeling in regards to him telling her to dump her boyfriend, right? And then that shit pissed me off too, bro. Just from my own experience, bro. I can't stand, bro. I used to have situations, right? Let's say this, man. I can't stand when people try to poison my girl, bro. Don't try to tell my girl shit, bro. Don't try to put shit in my girl head about me. Because why are you even doing that? Why are you having conversations in secrecy about me? You know what I mean? Why are you trying to plant things in my woman's head? For what reason? That's really my job to plant stuff in my woman's head for our relationship, you know what I'm saying? For where we're going and where we headed to and the things I'm trying to build on with this woman, you know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to influence and build and put the right things in her head when I got everybody else putting shit in my woman's head, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what show it was. My brother and them was watching it one time. It was like that Love Island shit, or it was some like Temptation Island. And bro, this dude was just talking crazy about the girl boyfriend. I'm like, bro, I can't stand people like that, bro. I can't stand that kind of shit, bro. You trying to poison my woman, bro? Fuck. See, I'm dropping my phone, man. You trying to poison my woman, bro? That's crazy, man. That's crazy, and it's really your woman's fault, bro, for not having a strong enough mind to differentiate, like, and be aware enough to see, like, oh, this man just trying to get in my head. This woman trying to get in my head. My friend really just hating on me. You know what I'm saying? I've seen this shit happen before, man. Your friend to hate on you and tell you things about your man because she really wants your man. She really want the life that you got. She's jealous because you really have a good man. But instead of telling you have a good man, she's going to tell you all the bad things about your man, right? This woman going to tell you everything wrong that your man do. Even though she knows he's 80% right. He's 80% right. But she gonna harp on the 20% to get in your mind. But you so damn goofy and airheaded, you can't even see that. You know what I mean? You gotta watch out for people like that, man. They're gonna try to poison you, poison your mind, poison your friend's mind, your sister's mind, your brother's mind, you know what I mean? Your girlfriend's mind. You don't get in their mind, bro. That's why you gotta watch people don't have a mind of their own. They can't differentiate, like I said, the things people say. It's a fucked up game out here, bro. But yeah, man, Ramsey, man, keep doing your thing, bro. I mean, you're doing something right. You made it this far, you know? You made it this far. While on the topic of relationships, right? And I'm probably gonna start closing this out soon because I don't want to be here much longer. But on top of relationships, I had this conversation recently with one of my brothers and a few other times, right? Is, bro, what's wrong with you guys, man? I didn't realize that people really do this. I thought this shit was just in like social media and stuff, bro. You know, y'all out here hitting shit raw, bro. Do you understand that any woman you lay down with, you have the chance of potentially catching that shit or getting her pregnant? So why would you not mitigate those chances, right? By staying strapped. By staying strapped, man. Why not mitigate it? $13. A $13 can save you thousands in the future. $13 can save you 18 years of pain and agony. Think about how many people you done been with in your life. Think about the last woman you laid down with. Think about the woman you laid down with 5 years ago that you don't even talk to or deal with anymore, right? Imagine they got pregnant though, and you had no choice but to talk and deal with them. Imagine they had a baby and now they're making life a living hell. You know what I'm saying? $13. And it's even less if you don't get a box. You might as well get the box though. You know what I'm saying? You might as well get a box so you got a few in there just in case. You know what I mean? Don't just get the little 3-pack, little $4 or $5 3-pack. You know what I'm saying? Don't get that. You might as well get $13 box. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I'm a fan of Magnum. Magnum, you know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna just shoot my shot. You should really sponsor me, bro. You know what I'm saying? We can figure something out. We can figure something out. You know what I'm saying? We'll do that in the future. Magnum bearskins to be exact. You got the bearskins, then you got the raw, right? Bearskins are gonna be the way to go. Never heard nobody complain. Never heard nobody have a problem with those. You know, a lot of people complain about condoms at times, and that maybe that's why you guys are going raw, right? I don't condone that shit. I'm gonna tell you, bro, you should never be hitting a woman raw. Unless you plan on having a baby with this woman, you should not be hitting this woman raw. Unless you plan to plant that motherfucking seed, you should not be hitting no shit raw, bro. Cause it's gonna happen, and you're gonna come out of pocket for something, bro. And then you're gonna be like, damn, why I did that, you know? Cause you weren't in the right state of mind at the time. That's why you always gotta plan ahead. Always gotta set yourself up for success, bro. Spend $13 on a box of Magnum bearskins, and you're good, bro. And you're good. And then when you're done with those, go ahead and get another box. And stay strapped. No glove, no love. That's what they say, bro. No glove, no love, you know? But a lot of y'all don't have a clear mind, bro. You be thinking with the wrong head at times. And it happens, bro. We all, man, it happens, right? But you gotta make sure you stay structured and strong enough to think with the right head, you know? Because a woman, bro, let me tell you something. Especially if this woman even lets you hit her raw, bro, that'll tell you everything you need to know. Unless you plan on having a baby with this woman, you should not be hitting her raw, right? If this woman even lets you hit her raw, that's a red flag right there, bro. Red flag. Why would she even let you do that, bro? Especially depending on the dynamics of your relationship, bro. She shouldn't even be allowing you to hit her raw. Cause you gotta agree on that now. You feel what I'm saying? It's been times I might, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all something I've done in the past, bro. I've said this before in a situation, man. I might have said, like, just play and see if I'm gonna do it raw to see how Shawty react. You know what I mean? Just to tell me. Now I wasn't gonna do that shit at all, but I'm acting like I am just to see. You know what I mean? See what they gonna say, right? But it's been times I have folks tell me like, "Oh, you don't need that." Don't need that. Shawty, this ain't gonna work. You want this or not, because this ain't gonna work if I don't got this. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just how I go, bro. Don't hit nothing raw. Like I said, just think about the grand scheme of things, bro. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it, bro. It don't make sense. You guys be putting pleasure before everything else, you know what I mean? You're putting pleasure before common sense. For what reason? Y'all be focused on the bitches. Y'all need to focus on the riches. That's what y'all need to do. Get your mind off these bitches and get your mind on some damn riches. Go listen to some Trigger 500, man. All hustle, no luck. I'm telling you, man. Get your mind on these riches. Cause you know what's gonna come with that? The bitches. You get your mind on these riches, man. The bitches gonna come with it, bro. Forgive my French, right? But real life, man. Get your mind right, bro. Don't let short time pleasure mess up your whole life, bro. And there's a lot of people that have done that before, bro. You probably got a dad that did that. You probably got an uncle that did that. You probably got a cousin that's done that. You know what I'm saying? They let 15, 30 minutes of pleasure ruin their life, whatever it may be. Maybe they was too drunk. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they got too drunk and did something and went to jail that night, ruined their life. You know what I mean? Maybe they went to smoke something and they got laced, ruined their life, bro. You know? Cause that little hit of pleasure you wanted, cause you was so worried about getting some pleasure, you couldn't think logically and think like, nah, I don't need that, or nah, this situation, there's something wrong with this. You know what I mean? You went and go hit that chick raw, cause you wanted some pleasure so bad. You done ruined your whole life. Now you got a baby with a woman you didn't want to be with. You got a baby with a woman you didn't want to be with. Look at you now, bro. Stuck for life. You feel me? So just think about that, man. I'm gonna tell y'all again. Magnum Bearskins can never go wrong, bro. Never go wrong with those. Guaranteed green light. Let me see. I'm gonna do 2 quotes with y'all right now too before I sign off. Okay, these are 2 that I made recently, right? These are 2 things that I made recently, and I've been saying them to myself when it comes to my affirmations and stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you how these even came about. I was going through something one day, and I found myself having a lot of negative thoughts. It was like one thing bad happened after another thing, and really I could have let that ruin my day. But versus letting it ruin my day, I kept my vibration high, and I told myself this to align myself back right? I said nothing will stop my shine, and I will stay on my grind. I was going through a hard time. I had some things coming up. It was like one thing after another. I think I got like a bad call. Something happened outside. Something else happened. Something fell. Something failed. It didn't go how I wanted to go, right? And I was getting real negative. But I told myself, I said, man, nothing will stop my shine, and I will stay on my grind. I put my rear view. I was in my car. I put my rear view, put it on me. I looked myself in the eyes. I said, nothing will stop my shine, and I will stay on my grind. You feel me? Repeat it over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? I had to get in my mind. You know, so if you're going through a hard time, you're going through something right now, you find something that happens in your day that you feel like, oh my gosh, my day is ruined. Remember, it's a bad day. Remember, it's a bad moment, not a bad day. Please forgive me. It's a bad moment, not a bad day. And tell yourself this, nothing will stop my shine because I shine too motherfucking bright for something to ruin that. And I will stay on my grind. Nothing will stop my shine. I'll stay on my grind because we're going to keep grinding and keep shining. You feel me? So that's one. The next one, I don't know where this came from or how I came up with this, right? I don't remember. Sometimes I just do shit. I go through these like creative phases. Like, so you got creation phases and destruction phases. I think I was going through a creation phase at this time. And I just came up with all these ideas, right? This is the second quote I got for you guys. My confidence comes from my competence, and my competence comes from the work I put in. My confidence comes from my competence, and my competence comes from the work I put in. Are you hearing me? Do you fucking hear me? This that lab of talk, man. This that motherfucking lab talk. This a lab lesson right now. Write this shit down. Listen to lab lesson. You hear me? My confidence comes from my competence. I'm confident in myself because I know I can do the work that I need to do to put in. You know what I'm saying? Anything I say I need to do or need to get done, I can do it because I'm competent in what I do. You know, I'm going to work out. I know I can put up some numbers because I've trained for this. You know what I'm saying? You getting in that ring to fight, I'm competent because I trained for this. You know what I mean? I go to work and I deal with a situation. I'm confident because I'm competent in what I do. I put in the work. This is what we train for, right? My confidence comes from my competence. and my competence comes from the work I put in. Let's break down competence, guys. You know I love definitions. The ability to do something successfully or efficiently. You have to be competent in anything you do. Because if you're not competent, people won't trust you. People won't believe you. You know what I mean? So because of my competence, it makes me confident in every shape, way, and form. In any endeavor I go down in life, I'm confident. Because it's what we train for. Remember that, y'all. But I'm going to close it off on that. I'm about to go inside, get right, and do my little thing. So I'm going to catch y'all on the next episode, man. Let me know some things you guys want me to talk about next time. If y'all like the reactions, if y'all like the quotes, if y'all like the vlogs, give me some feedback, y'all. I love dealing with y'all. I love talking to y'all, man. You know, I realize I'm a, what's the word? Let me look it up, man. Ambivert. I realize I'm an ambivert, right? Because an ambivert is a person who falls in the middle of introversion and extroversion, right? I didn't know that. I always said I'm a mix of both, but I never knew the exact word. Ambivert is what I am, right? But you know, when I deal with people, it charges my battery up, right? I get energy from people. That's why I love when I get to engage with all my viewers. You know what I'm saying? I can engage with you guys on here. I enjoy that. I really do. And yeah, man. So go ahead and comment what you guys enjoy seeing the most so I can put more time and energy into that, right? Or if you guys like everything I'm doing, man, I just keep doing this. I just dibble and dabble in every little lane, you know what I mean? Keep doing the vlogs, keep doing the traveling stuff, keep doing the fitness stuff, and we'll go from there. But like I said, I think it was a great episode. And stay tuned for what's coming, y'all. So keep working, and I'll see you in the lab.